Good to see everybody. Happy holidays. Our Christmas just got a little bit happier after that game, but just couldn't be more proud of our guys. I mean, we were really ready to play. I think our guys were determined coming into this game. After the Michigan State game and all the talk about a huge upset and all those kind of things, I think our guys were determined to not make that a one-time thing. That it was really important to them to show that we can be competitive in this league this year. And so we had great preparation. I thought we did a great job moving on to the next game after Michigan State, which isn't easy, guys. I mean, granted, these are guys that took a lot of crap last year, and me as coaches take a lot of crap when things aren't going well, and rightfully so. And then all of a sudden you have a big win and you get a lot of praise, which you're not used to. And then you got to bounce back 2 days later and you got to come to Bloomington and play in Assembly Hall against a terrific Indiana team. I thought we got off to a great start. We're really executing, defending, and then Robbie goes down. And you couple that with Chase getting 2 quick fouls, Ryan Young being in foul trouble in the first half, Pete being in foul trouble in the first half, being down a big body. We really had to manage a lot of things, for a big chunk of the game. And I was really proud of the guys for the way we ended the half, being up 9 with all those things happening. Indiana, like a good team does, they came out, they put a huge run together to start the second half, and we lost the lead. And quite frankly, guys, like these guys last year or the guys that have been here a couple years, we probably wouldn't have responded after that run. But these guys are different. They've grown up. They're tough. They believe. They're confident. And the huddles were great. They just kept saying, we're going to be okay. They made their run. Now let's make our run back. And we finally got some stops. And then the Chase Audige explosion happened. That was awesome, and I'm really happy for him, as a guy who's had to sit out for a year, not play, and just be so anxious to play on this stage, to be able that last, whatever they told me, 3 minutes, 17 points in 3 minutes. It's great to have a closer like that. But again, man, it's winning by committee. The other night it was Boo and Pete. Tonight we had great contributions from Ryan Young. Miller was great. Obviously Chase at the end of the game. And so, that's what we feel. We feel we got a lot of guys that can step up and play on a given night, and our guys have there's no bad attitudes about that. Whoever's got it going, whatever we find that works, we're going to go with that, because guys just want to win. So, it was a great win, and obviously another quick turnaround coming back on Saturday against a terrific Ohio State team. So I'm open for questions.
First question, Gabriella Carroll.
Hi. Yeah. Congrats on the win, Coach. I know you mentioned this is the type of game, like winning close games was something you guys struggled with last year. What does it mean for your guys to be able to pull out this win and beat back those runs? And how do you think you were able to do that tonight?
Yeah, I just think confidence and belief. I think, our guys had all of our huddles in the timeouts, even when Indiana hit us with that push, and they took the lead and things weren't going well. We had some turnovers and they ran out and got some dunks and layups. We just got together and we say, hey, let's get a basket here. Let's get some stops. Let's get the game back in our favor. And whenever you can win games like this against terrific teams, especially on the road, you're going to get confidence. You're going to start. It's just like the other way. When you lose some of those, that's going to be on your mind. But when you break through and you make plays and you don't turn it over and you make free throws and you get stops in the last 2 minutes, those are things that can be really big confidence boosters for our team. And I hopefully so, because in this Big Ten, there's going to be a ton of close games. And if you want to be in the mix, you're going to have to win some of those, or more than some.
Next question for William Carmen.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned the team being able to, overcome a comeback that maybe they wouldn't have been last year, and you've been talking about it. But is there anything that's changed specifically since the Pitt game that has resulted in this newfound confidence?
Well, I just think the Pitt game, there was a lot of anger from our guys after that game. When you lead a game for 39 minutes and 55 seconds, and you make multiple critical mistakes, coaching, playing, all those things, and you walk out of there and all of a sudden you're like, what just happened? What I saw from the reaction of our guys was not sadness, it was anger. And I like that. They felt they should have won that game. We didn't. We watched film. We talked about it. We talked about how we need to close at the end of the game, especially with the lead on both ends. And we've now in this last 2 games, done a really good job as teams have made runs on us. We have done a very good job. And these guys deserve a lot of credit for that, because all they hear all the time is how they can't close and how they can't finish games. And, they're coming out and they want to change the narrative, and it's all on them. It's great. It's about them. They've taken ownership of this thing. They want to be good, and they don't care who scores. They just want to win. And that's what's fun as a coach, to see that.
John Riker.
Hey, Coach. Appreciate you being here. It was a little bit rough going early with Robbie going out and some of the foul troubles in the front court. How did you guys kind of change your approach going forward, and especially get Chase going?
Well, I thought one of which was the play of Anthony Gaines. I thought he really stepped up, on both ends. Defensively, he gave us some good moments. Offensively, being able to drive the ball against some of their bigger guys and creating some offense. But it really skewed our rotations, and I've talked to you guys, like part of our success early has been us utilizing our bench. I've been confident in playing 9 guys and getting and keeping people fresh. Now, all of a sudden, when a key guy like Robbie goes out and Chase has 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes, and then Ryan Young and Pete have 2 fouls, we're managing a lot of that stuff through the rest of the first half. So you sprinkle in some zone. Obviously, we had some double teaming schemes. We were trying to work on Jackson Davis to not have him foul our whole team out. And we kind of weathered that storm and got through it with a 9-point lead. But I think what happened a little bit is because guys had to play extended minutes in the first half, I thought we got a little tired early in the second half, and they made their run, they made their push, give them credit. And then our guys just dug down, those last 10 minutes. It was just cool to see. They just dug down and they rallied and said, we're going to win this thing. We've been too good. We're not going to let this one slip away.
And how is Robbie doing?
Just too early to tell. He obviously landed awkwardly on the drive and wasn't able to go tonight. We'll know more, as we get to tomorrow, once our medical people can look at him and kind of assess what the damage is going to be. And hopefully for him, we'll be praying for him. It's nothing too serious. And obviously we can get him back out there quickly, because he's a real big key to our team.
Appreciate it.
Daniel Olinger.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you. You said coming into the season you thought you guys were going to be a better 3-point shooting team. It's certainly been the case thus far, and especially like last game against Michigan State, and maybe a little less tonight because Pete was out with some foul trouble at times. Do you think you've kind of unlocked something? And like you said, putting Pete Nance as at center and putting a lot of shooters around him?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about that the whole preseason. I mean, as we looked at our team and we looked at our roster, how can we be most successful with our pieces, and how can we utilize his skill set? And we just felt like him getting the matchup at that position with pick and pops and he's a terrific passer and he's a playmaker. We're playing through him a lot. We're hitting him at the top of the floor, and guys are cutting, and they're cutting hard, and we're getting different movements and actions that aren't really set calls. They're just playing basketball. And we've been committed to trying to play with a little more pace. Again, to be able to put up 74 points tonight. I mean, I was worried. Indiana's a terrific defensive team. They're physical, they're big, their guards really get in and guard you. And to be able to put 74 points up on the board against this defense, I think gives our offense a lot of confidence.
And last question, Gabriella Carroll.
Yeah, so in the start of the second half, as Indiana was sort of going on their offensive run, how did you adjust your defense to be able to sort of beat those back and get back into that place that you were in the beginning of the first half?
Well, the first thing, we had to stop turning the ball over. I thought we had 3 or 4 turnovers, live ball turnovers, that it's hard to defend because they're fast. They get out in the open floor. Now they have numbers. So the first thing was we stopped turning it over. Secondly, I just thought our guys got back. We tried to mix in some zone and some man. They hit a couple threes against the zone, so we got out of it, ended up playing man the rest of the game. And again, I just thought our guys were really locked in on preparation. Indiana's very good. They have a lot of good players. You're not going to hold them scoreless. I mean, Jackson is one of the best players, not only in our league, but in the country. he's really hard to prepare for in the way they use him, and then you surround him with veteran guards and the way Franklin's playing now. So, for our guys to just kind of dig down and get the stops we needed, and talk about the things they were trying to do to us. I'm just proud of the team because they're, like I said, they're starting to take real ownership in the huddles, in the preparation. And that's when you finally see things start turning in the right direction, when the players take that on.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas to everyone.